Happy holidays, everyone. It's Amanda here with your teen rune scope. The big news this month is that your teen career and finance rune scopes are now available over on Vimeo channel. For teen, it's a new channel. The link is below. So yeah, if you're curious about what teen holds for you in general regarding money, job, career, studies, property, investments, any of that stuff, and some other themes crept in as well, which I'm sure we'll be getting more information on as we do further teen readings, but definitely check that out if you are interested in that. Also, while you're over there, part 2 of your reading, your spiritual guidance is over there. I'll be pulling and interpreting one card from the Vintage Wisdom Oracle this month by Victoria Mosley. They are 2 different links. This is still, your spiritual guidance is still going to be on the teen channel, and then your career and finance rune scope are on the teen channel, the new one. So definitely just make note of that. This month, for your rune scope, I will be using in conjunction with our runes by popular request. Once again, the Paulina Tarot by Paulina Cassidy. Last month in the different room, we were having some focusing issues, and so somebody mentioned they couldn't see the artwork as well on these beautiful cards, and requested that I use them again. So we are, and let's get going. Hey Virgo, welcome to your teen rune scope. Let's jump into our rune bag. See which runes are going to be cast for Virgos. Teen, what is our rune casting for Virgo? Which runes got something to tell Virgo? As always, keep in mind, Virgo, these are general readings for lots and lots of Virgos. So not all of these messages will be for you. Some are going to be for the other Virgos that are watching. That's why I always let you know, remind you to watch the video for your rising sign as well. That will give you additional messages and information. Other times, your entire month will be coming through your rising sign. If you would like something far more specific, the only way for me to hone in and just connect with your energy alone is in a private session. I do those on Skype. 3-minute sessions are $8. But I will have 1-hour personal New Year's sessions on sale, December 3rd through the 20th for $8. It's 2 full readings. We will do 1 reading on the first half of the year, then answer any questions you have, and then do another full reading on the second half of the year. And then any questions. We usually have time for a few more questions after that. So if you would like to do that, after January 1st, those will go up $8. So if you would like to beat the rush, I normally book up very quickly in January. If you want to beat the rush and get a discount, get in touch with me towards the end of November. Last week of November, I'll start booking for those 1-hour personal New Year's sessions. Drop me a line. We'll get you scheduled. Holiday gift certificates are also available for either the 3-minute session or the 1-hour session. And you would still get those at the $20 discount price if you want to give a 1-hour session as a gift for the holidays. So just get in touch with me. All the details are below. In general, what are we dealing with here, Virgo? Challenge or focus. Got the 9 of Cups. Well, that's not much of a challenge. Okay. Let me see what's coming through with the runes here. Well, the first way this is coming through for me, Virgo, is making yourself vulnerable in some way. Asking for what you want in some area. And because this is a Cups card, this is usually an emotional area. So asking for what you want in a relationship, in an emotional sense, like what you need to be fulfilled, right? This is what I need to be complete. But the challenge coming along with this is I need to make myself vulnerable. Or I'm afraid if I tell this person this, it will scare them away. Or they will just, there's a fear of being used here as well with Ale in reverse. So for some of you, I feel like this is the be careful what you wish for scenario. Somebody coming back who, used you before. Maybe you were wishing and hoping and praying that they would come back, and now they're back, and you're like, oh, did I really want this? So this could be, a wish that you kind of gave up on, and now it's like here, and you're like, oh, I feel differently, or I changed my mind, or do I feel differently? Have I changed my mind? Is this person going to do the same thing to me? For others of you, and this is a more specific message, so this may apply to only a few of you, your challenge would be not to treat someone the way they treated you, even though the temptation is there, because again, this is coming up as a challenge. So Others of you, it's just my wish is to not be used or taken advantage of by anyone anymore. And I have to figure out how to make that happen. I have to change my approach. So a lot of different things coming through with that card there, Virgo. Again, it'll be different and the intensity will be different for all of you, but let me know if you would like me to take a look at that in a private session and see how this is working out for you, if it applies at all, right? In the present energy, let's see if we get more clues about this for some of you here. We've got the Temperance card. So the present energy for some of you will be whenever you're watching this video. Maybe especially during Sagittarius time, remember into mid-November. But for the majority, it's going to be the end of into earlier-ish because this is the rune scope, right? We're talking about energy specific for the majority watching. And there's a conversation happening that could bring balance to an old ending, an old relationship. So this could be, again, somebody you're dealing with is an ex. They are somebody you divorced. They are, somebody you're sharing custody with. Someone you haven't, it could be a family member that there's been delay and frustration. It's been a strenuous, difficult relationship. Maybe there was a rift. You hadn't spoken in a while. And now this card can also be about compromise. Temperance is finding common ground with somebody that you don't have a lot in common with. You're opposites. It's all about melding opposites to create something new. But you've got a lot of luck around this. I feel like it's supposed to be happening. But people need to take responsibility for what they've done or said. And that includes you, Virgo. If you did or said bad things or wrong things, and, none of us are perfect. We've all probably said or done things that we, that either stirred the pot or weren't fair or whatever. But this conversation is very much about compromise. Like, can we come to an agreement? And it may be a legal agreement with Ansu's here. Ansu's also often has a lot of connections to seeking legal advice. This could be a mediation. This could be working out a custody agreement, feeling balanced and fair. But for some of you, this could be an ex coming back, wanting to renew, wanting a new beginning with you, wanting to talk to you, wanting to see if you guys can start over. And you'd be willing to hear them out, but you're going in cautiously, Virgo. And I think you should. I think you should, because it seems like, this person really, I think, used and abused your trust for most of you, or took advantage of you in some way, if it's not a love situation. So I do think there's a dialogue opening up in the present that could renew a relationship or at least come to an understanding so we can move forward and stop rehashing this old junk, so that we can work together for the benefit of our children, or just move on, end this once and for all and move on. The help that's going to be available, you got the Fool card. Fortune favors the bold with the Fool card. The help that's going to be available to you is to take that risk, to jump in. Now, I'm not saying jump back in with this person who took advantage of you and who hasn't changed and who hasn't changed because you knew them long enough and well enough to know they're never going to change. But maybe for some of you, this jumping in is just saying what you needed to say. Some of you just wanted closure with the 9 of Cups. Maybe you were just praying, I would love for this person to come crawling back, asking for a second chance so I could just tell them what I think of them. And for some of you with Ansu's, that'd be it. I still think you're going to be more, I think you're going to be less accusatory than that. I don't think you're going to be as nasty as maybe you were in your fantasy, Virgo, because this energy is more patient and kind. And Virgos generally are kind, not patient all the time, but you're ruled by Mercury. You want to go, go, go. Let's go. Let's do this. But yeah, if you can be patient with someone, then I think you can come to some sort of resolution. I think any of you, though, the help that's going to be available is to, okay, let's resolve this. Here's where I'm at. And the Fool's all about new adventures, new vistas, the new lover over the old, the new adventure over repeating the old. Because I think you're going to see that this person is very much in this for what they could get out of it. It's very much for selfish reasons that this is even being contemplated that this mediation is even taking place. So your advice here is to, work out what you can, compromise what you can, figure out how this person trying to take advantage of you how you can use that to benefit yourself in some way, and then be off on your merry way. Those of you that are single and this is like an ex or somebody trying to like get you to go backwards, I really feel like there's somebody new in your life or shortly, very, very shortly. If it's not in Virgo, it's going to be early. Who is just like you're going to want to ride off into the sunset with, right? You're going to want to go on this new adventure with. And if you're caught up in this old energy, you'd be less likely to take off with this person, or it'll just be messier, right? It'll be like, well, I just moved back in with my ex, or I just told him or her they can move back in, and now I'm meeting this awesome person, and I'm in this weird living situation. What must be accepted about her? So remember, your help is to new vistas, new journeys, not the old. Don't go backwards. Look to the future. What must be accepted? We've got the Devil in reverse. This is freeing yourself from bondage, old chains, maybe an addiction, someone with an addiction. Maybe this ex had an addiction issue, or an addictive relationship, a very codependent relationship of extremes. It was either really, really great or really, really horrible, and there was no in between. Oh no, I want something more stable. I need something more level. Less cray. So yeah, there could be some conflict going on here within yourself, Virgo. I'm feeling more than anything, but also with maybe family and friends, because maybe you're telling them, oh, this person wants to get back together. Some may be encouraging you. Others be like, oh my God, oh hell no. So you may be getting a lot of input, but not a lot of answers. Others of you, I feel like this ex coming back is saying they've changed, they've kicked an addiction, but they have not. So if somebody is telling you, oh, I've changed ways, that's what they always say, right? Oh, I'm a totally different person. It's been 3 days. You won't even recognize me, right? Come on, Virgo. You know this person, and that's what keeps coming through. You know this person. You know this person perhaps better than anyone, and they are the same damn person. They are the same selfish, lazy person that they have always been when it comes to relationships. They are not going to give up any addictions or any issues that they have. They are not seeking help. They wouldn't even be, with this card in reverse, they wouldn't even be able to free themselves from an addiction without the help of others. They would have to get some kind of special treatment, go to a treatment center, get some sort of special therapy. Like they haven't even started that process. And even if they have quit cold turkey something, whatever it is, they'll go back to it. They're going to fall off the wagon. And probably as soon as you take them back or give them what they want. So, and I feel like for you, this has been over for a while, and this person is just kind of coming back, testing the waters to see. I'm just going to see what Virgo would say if I sent them a message. For others of you, this is a family member, and it could be a mom or a mother-in-law. We have a drinking problem with the 9 of Cups. And I feel like this is somebody who is like a totally different person when they drink. For those of you that this is somebody, a family member with an alcohol problem. If it's you, Virgo, it's time to think about the future, because these energies can always work both ways. 9 of Cups can very much be feasting, indulging, over drinking. So, if it's you, you've got to admit that you're having a problem to release yourself from this addiction, and get some help with it so you can have a more fantastic future. Take the advice or the help that's being offered. But others of you, I do feel like this is a family member who just like, they are fine when they're not drinking, but when they drink, they are just like, devil. This is what the devil card looks like in this deck. Clues. I don't know why that blue light is shining on there. So yeah, it'd be intervention time, and this came up for someone else. I think it was Aries. So if you have an Aries in your life, that would be the connection here, Virgo. It'd be them that, Or you and Aries be dealing with another sign? It'll be interesting to see if this double card comes up for anybody else. I don't think it has. I think it was just you and Aries. But yeah, somebody needs to release themselves from an addiction, but they have to admit they have a problem, first of all. And for others of you, you have got to release yourself from a codependent, toxic relationship and not let that person back in. I was just saying, your goals and what you want as far as a partner or as far as this relationship, if it's a family member, is attainable, but not until somebody else takes responsibility for their stuff. You can't force someone to change their ways. They have to want to change for the better. And until then, you're better off footloose and fancy free and not being weighed down, not being bogged down by this other, like someone else's issues. You got enough problems of your own. You don't need to take on someone else's. The outcome is 5 of Pentacles in reverse. So if you have had financial difficulties, some of you be leaving someone who was blowing the money on drugs, blowing the money on drink, gambling the money away. Okay, again, now this is exactly the energy that was coming up with Aries. Like somebody else's addiction has put you in financial difficulty. And, you're like, you have to get out. You have to get out of the house. You'd be kicking someone out and then you'd be trying to talk you into letting them stay. It doesn't have to be a love thing, Virgo. This could be one of your kids. It could be one of their friends. Like they can't come over anymore. They're stealing money, But I think for many of you, this is, again, going back to emotional. I'm not going to go back to somebody who made me feel left out in the cold. I've experienced what it's like to have affection and love, and that's what I want. I'm not going to accept somebody who that I'm with, but yet still feel alone or lonesome when I'm with them. Sometimes we can't, you can be in a relationship and never feel lonelier than being in a certain relationship if it's not the right person for you. Or if they make you feel that way because they're never around. I mean, you may as well be single. What's the point? So, I think the key to moving things forward is to definitely not go backwards because the temptation is going to be there in some way, Virgo. So you've got to say no. And I feel like that message came up for you before in one of your monthlies in 18 about not going backwards, not returning. You guys are really being tested with that. Like this karmic relationship that you were just meant to learn from and move on, it like keeps wanting to come back and retest you. And you got to keep being no, no, no. You got to keep being strong enough to say, no, I want a new love. I want a new adventure. I want someone who's not going to take advantage of me or steal from me or make me feel lonely or make me feel less than, like I'm not good enough. Because that's another, like, I finally got self-esteem back. When this is in the upright, it can be like somebody like really kind of whittling away at your self-esteem by the way they treat you or the things they say to you or abuse. In the reverse, it's like, no, I've finally been free of that and I like it and I'm not going back. So, I really feel like somebody's trying to get you to go backwards here, Virgo, and you got to say, no, I'm only going forward. So, you can talk, you can be, it's just not in your nature to be nasty, Virgo. But don't compromise if it's not going to benefit you in some way. Don't over compromise. Okay. Make sure it's balanced. Make sure it's fair. If and don't compromise at all unless you have to. If this is like, again, if this is somebody you're co-parenting with or a member of the family that like you would like to reconcile with, but they need to get help. You can have your boundaries and you can make those known. So that's what I see for here, Virgo. It's all about new vistas and putting yourself first, which you can be bad about. You put everybody else first. You got to put yourself first. Meet me over on Vimeo, though. I'm going to pull one card from the Vintage Wisdom Oracle. I want to see what the overwhelming or overarching message is here for how best to handle these energies, what the spiritual guidance is for the month of November. So meet me over there. That link is below. Don't forget your teen, career, and finance RuneScopes over there as well. If you're interested in money and career and job and all that stuff, which I know you are because you're an earth sign. Don't forget to check that out. All links are below. And I'll see you back here next time, Virgo. Thanks for stopping by.